Hey YouTube, this is Tom at TM Aquatics. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, wishing everybody the best in the upcoming new year. Thanks again for taking time to stop by my YouTube channel and watching one of my videos. I posted a video here just a few days ago and I'll drop a link up above here. Be sure to check that out at the conclusion of this video. But in that video I talked about some of my challenges that I've been facing this year with my L134 leopard frog plecos and the lack of success I've been having. I did receive a couple of comments and some feedback from some viewers that made me think, we might be onto something where perhaps the pothos plant really isn't safe as we might all assume or think. But anyways, we're going to dig into that just a little bit deeper in this video. We're also going to talk about a couple of other things, including a huge 10K giveaway coming up as soon as we hit 10,000 subscribers here at TM Aquatics. So I do hope you stick around and check this one out. Alright YouTube, just want to say thanks again for all your continued support. I appreciate each and every one of you stopping by my channel, taking time out of your day to watch one of my videos. I also want to point out that the channel is quickly approaching 10,000 subscribers. I am planning to do some type of giveaway once we hit the 10,000 subscriber mark. It's a big milestone here on the YouTube platform for smaller channels like TM Aquatics. Not quite sure what we're going to do, but we're probably going to give away some pretty cool fish. Whether that's a group of the green laser Corydoras or maybe an L134 leopard frog pleco, the only way you can participate is if you're a subscriber. YouTube Analytics tells me that most people that watch my videos are not subscribers, so if you want to participate in the 10K giveaway, you're going to have to hit that subscribe button and help me reach that milestone. But anyways, this video is just a quick follow-up to a recent video that I posted just a few days ago. I'll go ahead, drop a link up above like I mentioned in the intro. And in that video, I talked about how I've been struggling this year with my L134 leopard frog plecos and the lack of success I've been having breeding them. Now last year they started spawning around New Year's and we ended up raising or growing out over 100 L134 leopard frog plecos. This year they started spawning around the beginning of September, that first week in September, and so far we have fewer than 25 fry. Now, it's raised some questions that for me personally here because nothing in this fish tank has changed. This here's a 55-gallon tank. Sorry for the glare and the reflection. This is a working fish room, but this 55-gallon tank is where my breeding group has been. Nothing has changed. The water parameters, the inhabitants, the plants, the substrate, the decor, nothing has changed with the exception of one thing. And I mentioned this in the video, in my previous video. Up here on top, I had a bunch of pothos plants and the roots had grown into the AquaClear 110. The roots had extended down into the water column. Now, pothos plants are used by a lot of hobbyists, and it's known that the leaves of the pothos plants are toxic, so if your dog, cat, or kid chews or eats pothos, they're going to have some issues. But it's been widely believed in the hobby that the roots of the pothos plants are perfectly fine, perfectly healthy, and they're a great nitrate sponge. I'm not so sure. Now, I'm sure they're a great nitrate sponge, but I'm just not convinced that they're healthy and harmless. You see, that's the only difference between this tank last year versus this year, and so far I've only had 3 successful spawns. In the first spawn, I think I hatched out 16 eggs and only 4 survived. In the second spawn here, I hatched out 19 eggs and only 3 have survived. After they hatched, they just kept dying one after another, regardless of how many water changes I did. No matter what I did, they just kept perishing. And now out of the third spawn, let me point out, I gotta back up, grab my flashlight. The third spawn, I tumbled the eggs in this 5-gallon aquarium. No pothos plants on this tank, of course, it's just RO water. I had methylene blue in here when I was tumbling the eggs. And we had a really good hatch. I think there's 16, 17 fry, something like that. And we didn't have a single loss. And not only have we not lost a single fry, these fry are already twice the size as the fry up here, even though they're a month younger. So dare to question, dare to be different. I have a theory that the pothos roots are not as harmless as everybody suspects. Is it possible that the pothos roots leach out just enough toxins to be harmful to the fry, but not enough that it's going to do anything negative to the adults? Is that possible? Now, I did receive a couple of comments and some feedback from a couple of people following the previous video that stated they had seen similar type results on tanks in their fish rooms. So, now here's the deal. I'm not a toxicologist and I'm not a botanist, and nobody here on YouTube that I'm aware of that makes fish tube videos is a toxicologist or a botanist, so regardless of sub count and channel size, they're no more of an expert to talk about this than I am, and I'm just basing my theory on the observations and the experiences here in my fish room with my fish tanks. So, needless to say, I have removed all the pothos off of this tank, and we will once again try to tumble and grow out more fry in this tank now that the pothos have been removed, and I suspect that the results are going to be a lot different. And if that's the case, then I think we have an answer to our theory. Now, with that being said, in the previous video, I did mention that this male here, the primary breeding male who likes to eat the eggs, he was trapping a female the other day. I did successfully get those eggs out. We have 35 or 40 eggs in the Ziss egg tumbler. I had to break out my emergency 10-gallon aquarium and set that up. RO water, methylene blue, small heater in there. And he already has another female trapped. Now, since removing the pothos, I've done a couple 40% water changes. I'm going to do another one tonight. And after we successfully raise maybe 50, 60 L134 leopard frog pleco fry, once again, we will try to raise some on this tank. And hopefully, and I suspect, like I mentioned, much better results. In the previous video, I also mentioned how the L260 Queen Arabesque male down here in this red cave had a female trapped. They also spawned. I left the eggs in with him. He has 12 to 15 eggs in there. He's guarding. He's doing a fantastic job. So, anyways, that's it. Just wanted to circle back, talk about my possible theory with the pothos roots in the tanks with fry. I'm not so sure they're as safe as everybody in the hobby assumes. So anyways, would love to hear feedback if you personally have had any experience with similar type results or perhaps completely different results. Would love to hear either way. And again, once we hit that milestone of 10,000 subscribers, we're going to do a giveaway. So again, the only way you can participate is hitting that subscribe button, following the channel, being active, leaving comments, sharing the videos out, all that stuff to help this channel grow. Greatly appreciate it. With that being said, wish everybody the merriest of Christmases and a happy New Year, happy holidays, all that schmazz. And until the next one, we'll catch you all later.